me! Bomb me!
You will go one-on-one with The Undertaker!
Hello, everybody, and welcome to Hit the Books, the only weekly realistic fantasy booking podcast in the universe. I am your host, Ryan Knightsey, and with me, as always, the man of 1,000 nicknames, Mikey Manfredi. And I guess one of those nicknames today are Vacation Boy, Beach Body Boy, Mikey Manfredi.
More like Sunburnt Boy.
Mikey...
Went to the beach yesterday. I put on so much sunscreen, and I still came out with a burned face, and my shoulders are all burnt, and it's just like going like this hurts. Like moving my shoulders up and down. I'm realizing this is now an audio medium.
I like how this is the second podcast episode that has come out this week on our RSS feed that's opened up with with me talking to someone explaining that they burned themselves going outside. Like Craig did.
Man, that sun is vicious, man.
Hey, global warming, baby. Yeah, so Mikey, you're currently on vacation in North Carolina. How's it going so far? You were talking a little bit beforehand. How's it going so far?
Pretty good. Besides the sunburnt, it's just been chill days. I got here on Monday, so it's just I've been here for a couple of days, and it's just been mad chilling.
How compared to the northern states, how is your view of how the South is handling COVID, the pandemic, and everything?
It's terrifying how loose they are about it.
Yep, big yup.
I still wear a mask anytime we go in any place public because fuck not wearing a mask.
Yeah.
And I think it's wild that people are like, "Oh, I don't have to wear a mask, so that means COVID's over, right?" It's like, no,
no,
God, no.
Yeah, it's
like I don't get why it just boggles my mind why people are so upset by it. It's like, just do it. It's not that big of an inconvenience to your life. It literally is just putting a piece of fabric on your face, and that is it.
Yeah.
What is the issue? I don't get it. They're like, I can't. The whole bit thing is like they can't breathe in the mask, and it's like, you know how else you can't breathe? When COVID attacks your lungs. So put a fucking mask on, idiot.
You know what else where you can't breathe? Dying.
Yeah. So like, I don't know. Put a mask on.
To avoid that part? Yeah, I don't know. Like, I was talking to one of my family members, I think. Who was I talking to? I don't remember who I was talking to, but I was talking to someone who lives in Florida, and they were like, yeah, it's pretty much no one's doing anything. They're just acting like everything's normal. Whereas Florida is just like freaking out, and, you know, they've had, the county that Orlando is in? The county, where Disney and the NBA are trying to restart stuff.
Disney County.
Yeah, Disney County, where WWE is filming all this stuff. They had, last week, they had...
Performance Center County.
Of course. They've had 20% of their total number of COVID cases happened last week. So it's just like, it's really exploding down there. Georgia...
Yeah.
Luckily, being where I am in Georgia, I am right next to Atlanta, which is taking this very seriously, as opposed to other parts of Georgia. But yeah, it's sadly it's gotten real politicized about wearing a mask, and it's kind of upsetting.
Which is ridiculous.
Really ridiculous.
The fact that I walked into Walmart down here and I saw probably half of the people not wearing masks, it absolutely blew my mind, because in Jersey you're literally not allowed into places without one.
Was the Walmart in North Carolina where they was there any sort of system to grocery shopping? Was there any sort of system of just walking around? Was there like stuff on the ground?
Well, there was the only
feet?
thing that I saw was that there was like a barricade set up for like a line to get in, but there was no line when we went because it was kind of late in the day. And there was one guy at the door counting the people going in and out.
Interesting. That's way more than Georgia. in Georgia, when I go to like a grocery store or whatever, I just walk in with my mask on. Most people, I would say, are wearing masks, but it's just like people are walking down both sides of the aisles. getting married. They're just grabbing whatever. I don't like. There's barely nothing happening.
That's buck wild because in Jersey, we have to have someone standing at there's a new job called door person where somebody has to stand at the door, count the amount of people going in and out, and hand out sanitizing wipes, and not let people who don't have a mask in.
Wow. Yeah, in Georgia,
so if they don't have a mask,
thing.
we have to turn them away unless there's this one lady who always complains about it because she has a medical condition, but we don't believe her and we just think she doesn't have a mask because she never specifies what the medical condition is. She just has a medical condition. But we can't argue with her because we can't ask her to provide documentation, which is so she's the only one who always gets in without a mask, and it drives me fucking insane.
Yeah, we have like, I guess, door people in the sense that there are cart wipers. But besides that, I mean, that's the only person that kind of hangs up at the door of grocery store chains and whatnot. Yeah, it's kind of rough, Bubby. I said Bubby. That's the name of my cat. I'm looking at him right now. Oh, can I talk about
the name of my dog? That's what I call my dog.
Can I talk about my cat real quick?
Sure.
So, my cat.
I miss my cat.
My cat had surgery yesterday.
Oh no!
At the time of this recording, a couple days ago, I guess. Nothing too bad, Just obviously, he had like a mild hernia near his intestines or whatever. Nothing bulging out too much. Just had to shove some fat back into those intestines, and just a little bit of dental work he had to get done. But basically, he is currently, all day after surgery, he was so drugged out. Classic cat. And currently he has to wear, because obviously of the surgery, and he has stitches along the bottom of his belly. He has the cone on, the cone of shame.
Oh
no, man, he hates this thing. He is he constantly is trying to he's getting used to it, I think, but obviously sleeping with it sucks, and he's really tired. But he keeps trying. I've seen him literally using his paws to try to push the cone off of him. He's not trying to get it's just he's just trying to get it off, and he can't figure out how to do it. Oh my god, it's the most cutest thing ever. But I feel bad for him at the same time.
I feel so bad for your cat. Oh my god.
Yeah, I think
it's the worst.
They didn't tell us when we can take off the cone, but they did say we have to do a recheck in 10 to 14 days. So I presume that's when we're going to take off the cone.
I feel like it's just when the stitches heal up, right? So he doesn't slide them out.
The recheck is to make sure that the stitches are all good. So I'm guessing that they'll probably be like, okay, your cat's good. Put the stitches are all good and stuff. But yeah, so hopefully things will get better for our little Bubby Jude over here. But yeah, a lot of things happening in the world. We just want to say, I guess, maybe we should just say it real quickly, Mikey, as just a statement real quick on top of our show. I already said
Don't be a sexual predator.
Thank you. Nailed it. We don't want to. I don't want to gloss over it too much, but we talked about it a lot on Monday, or me and Craig talked about it a lot on Monday of Wrestling and Statistics show. That was basically our 20-minute opener. But yeah, we haven't said it on this show, but yeah, we as for Mikey, we both highly hate any sort of sexual predatorness, rape, sexual abuse, etc., etc., etc. Things of that nature. We hate that stuff. We don't tolerate it. We has no place in wrestling, and it has no place in our show. As Mikey sort of mentioned last week. Do you want to sort of talk about how you're feeling about everything, Mikey? Since I already talked about it.
I am mortified that there's this many cases coming forward, and that people have been using their status to take advantage of others.
Mm-hmm.
And that is absolutely not okay. It has no place anywhere. And I'm sad this is happening because a lot of people I was fans of, I am no longer fans of. But I'm also glad because we're getting rid of those terrible people. we're moving on, and we're trying to get rid of as hopefully all of the garbage people in wrestling, so we can have a safe space for everyone who wants to be a wrestler. They can come and feel safe and feel accepted and feel like they don't have to constantly worry about who they're around, and just be able to be a wrestler, you know?
Yeah, it's sadly, the news that drops practically every day at this point about a new name is highly. It's depressing, but there is in my brain the optimistic sign of like, well, I said this last time on Monday, that the only way to fix, if you look at my cat, he's getting surgery. The only way for him to fix his hernia and everything is to get in there, not shove it back in. Maybe that's not the best analogy, but basically fix it, have a rough time fixing it, be in pain or whatever, be sad about it, but then eventually you'll be better. We'll come out on the other side better. Basically what I'm trying to say is that this sucks and I hate it, but on the bright side, the thing we're doing now is hopefully fixing the behind the scenes wrestling landscape for the eventual better.
It's like when your body gets sick and you have a fever,
mm-hmm.
and the fever is what kills the sickness.
Mm-hmm.
Right now we're in the fever stage of getting rid of the bad, getting rid of the sickness and the disease.
Yes. Yeah, currently we're not down with the sickness, to go with your analogy, Mikey. Is that a poor joke to make it this time?
Probably.
No, so I just wanted to say on behalf of all of us here, folks at home, we highly detest any sort of thing like that. And like Mikey said last week, we are not or Mikey specifically, since he's on his roster, Mikey is currently not using Matt Riddle, since he was one of the alleged people. Similarly, obviously, not only has he not been using him for a while, but Velveteen Dream name has come up yet again with a different story. So Mikey, I presume, is still not using Velveteen Dream. And
yeah,
I think that's,
and we just wanted to say that to all the really brave people speaking out about what's been happening to you, I'm sorry. We are sorry it happened to you, and we feel awful. But thank you for being so brave and bringing these stories forward, so we can all move on as a community. Yes,
exactly. Well said, Mikey.
And I think I can speak for both of us here. We believe you.
Correct. There is going back to the stats show, there was a quick thing that was like, it was roughly like 7% of accusations in different studies, police studies, investigations, whatnot. 7% of accusations turn out to be fake. And it's just like, oh yeah, so yes, believe everyone. Believe all these accusations. It sucks to believe all of them, but you have to. But yeah, I just wanted to put that in there. It's like, not only should you morally believe these people, statistically you should believe them too, I guess is what I'm trying to say. But yeah, maybe I just ruined your great ending there, Mikey. But I guess that's what I do here: ruin great endings. Does that make sense? How do we? Let's get into the show. Let's.
One last thing. I have been thinking, and I still don't know how I'm going to resolve this, but Mikey's Indy 500 has a lot of matches with a lot of accused people.
Yeah.
So I'm going to work on how to fix that, and so we don't have to keep promoting those horrible people on a show that was supposed to be of good intention.
That's true.
So yeah, I'll figure out a way to fix that and resolve that and hopefully get rid of the garbage.
Yes. Potentially it might mean cutting all of Mikey's Indy 500. Also, potentially it could just be...
I wouldn't be opposed to.
Yeah, I mean, it's a lot. I would have to go through the list of matches to double check to see what stuff. But
look, it's not great.
There's also always just like re-editing everything into like a bunch of different episodes or whatever. But yeah, Luckily, Mikey's Indy 500 is on hiatus, so it has time to figure out what to do with all that stuff, all that audio.
Yeah, it's not fantastic. I'm not gonna lie to you.
That's fair. But yeah, let's get into something a little lighter, add some brevity and stuff. We don't want to obviously detract from what's being spoken out by all those. I was gonna say women, but really it's people, but mostly women. Sadly, we don't want to detract too much, but we do want to give some sort of brevity to the world at the very least. So, Mikey, let's get into our gosh darn show, where you and I both book the entire cards for both Raw and SmackDown. That's right, folks. I am the head writer of Raw. Mikey is the head writer of SmackDown. Every single week, we sit down and write each match, each result, each segment, each promo, each character moment, each heel turn, etc., 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 all down the line. Anything you would see on the big shows, we are writing it out. It's our own fantasy universe that we've been doing for nearly 2 years now, and I'm excited about it, Mikey. I feel like we got to get into it.
Yeah, let's get into it. Let's figure out who won that poll so we can see who goes first.
Well, I got the poll right up here first for you, buddy. And I gotta say, where did it go? Hold on, there it is. Season 3, Episode 10 poll from last week's show. The winner is Ryan's Raw, 71.4%.
All right, I have to lose eventually.
Yes, you're on that hot streak. And I finally beat you.
I had to come down from that streak eventually. All right.
I feel good about it. I feel like I had a really good show last week.
Yeah, you did. I think I agree with honestly, I agree with the results. My show was kind of a little all over the place, considering it was the comeback show from Backlash, and I was trying to build new feuds while bitching old feuds, and I had weird stuff here. Yeah, it was kind of a mishmash of a bunch of things that probably shouldn't have gone together.
And egotistically, I will say, I feel like I'm going to go on another hot streak here, Mikey. Because I feel like building to Backlash, I wasn't the most confident in my cards and whatnot, but now I feel like I'm really hitting my stride in my booking because I'm really excited about Extreme Rules and I'm really excited about SummerSlam. So I am building headstrong into those cards, my man. So
you're building for SummerSlam already? It's not even Extreme Rules.
I got SummerSlam. I got the SummerSlam in the back of my mind. Like I'm building towards Extreme Rules, but I know what's down the line right after that. So I'm just prepping. Prepping, baby. Let's gosh darn get into it. I feel like since you were the loser last week, you were the worst card voted on by the listeners, which of course you can vote at Hit the Books Pod every Friday. And also Saturday, it's up there for like a day and a half, so just vote when you see it. It's on the pinned tweet there.
Yeah.
Mike, you were the loser, so why don't you read off the first card?
Whew, it's been a while since I've gone first. All right.
How dare you?
Our show opener. Randy Orton opens up SmackDown and says, at Backlash, I defended my Universal title yet again. I beat Braun Strowman not because of any stupid interference, but because I am, and always will be, the better competitor.
The greatest wrestler ever.
Wrestler of all time. Now, the question is, who's next? If the monster among men can't take this title, then who can? As he says that, the Titantron comes on to reveal Drew McIntyre sitting by the fire, and he says, Randy, you know I can beat you for that title. Sooner or later, I will. However, your so-called partner has been standing in my way. But rest assured, Randy, once I take care of that little problem, the Hunter will have his rifle trained on that Universal title of yours. Tick tock.
Oh, Killer Cross vibes.
Orton then storms to the back after he sees this message, and he seems a little frantic about it.
Interesting. McIntyre going after the championship yet again. Wait, hold on. Isn't McIntyre not allowed to challenge Orton?
He if he lost, he missed out on his challenge for Money in the Bank. No, what pay-per-view was it? It was a while ago.
It was a Money in the Bank pay-per-view match. Finn Balor versus McIntyre. McIntyre wins. He gets a WWE Championship match.
and then he lost. Yeah, but it never said he can ever challenge ever again.
Okay. I mix things up in my brain. I got you. I'm right on board. McIntyre going back for that title. I like to see it, and he's taking out, and which is a smart move. Take out the demon, which caused him the issue in the first place. I like it.
And he's got to finish his hunt.
And you got to finish that hunt. 2 birds with one stone.
I feel like the words from the first ever SmackDown are kind of ringing out here with the or not the first ever, the second SmackDown, second SmackDown after we split.
Mm-hmm.
When the red letters came on the screen and it said, "It's not wise to look to your next hunt without finishing what you started."
Oh man, I love it, Mikey. Perfect.
So
And we're only in the first promo. We're only in the first segment.
Drew wants to finish what he started before he moves on to Orton.
Smart move.
All right, match number 1 is Pete Dunne versus Dolph Ziggler, in which Pete Dunne picks up the victory. And after the match, Pete Dunne grabs the mic and says, "As of recently, I've been going on quite a tear through SmackDown. I think I've earned myself a little challenge. So I'm calling you out, Mr. U.S. Champion. What do you say? Man enough for a proper sorting?" Joe comes to the ring and he says, "Now see, Pete, the problem we have here about this cute little challenge is that you haven't impressed me. I've taken on some pretty high caliber competition in the past, so what makes you think you got what it takes to take this title off my shoulder? As far as I'm concerned, you aren't even a blip on my radar. So why don't you move on from this stupid idea you have of beating me for the U.S. title, because you can't even hold a candle to me." Joe then throws the mic at Pete Dunne, and he walks away.
Wow. First off, I thought when Samoa Joe was walking out and you were going to have Samoa Joe start talking, for a second there, I thought you were about to do like a weird Southern accent. You're like, "Now see here." I was like,
"Now listen up here. I'm Samoa Joe.
Now
I beat AJ Styles so bad I stole his accent.
I say. Like he's Foghorn Leghorn all of a sudden. I was very confused.
After that match and Pete Dunne segment, after that Pete Dunne, we have a backstage interview with Bayley about the attack from Asuka last week. Bayley says whether or not Asuka is over her loss at Backlash doesn't matter. What matters is that she clearly wants a chance to get her title back, and I'm willing to oblige. I beat you at Backlash, and I can beat you again, anytime, any place. So Asuka, you name it. I'll be waiting on the edge of my seat for your response."
Ooh, edge of my seat. Nice.
Match number 2. We have Sasha Banks versus Dana Brooke. And during the match, Sasha Banks is getting frustrated that she can't seem to put away Dana Brooke. No matter what she does, Dana Brooke keeps kicking out or getting rope breaks, and she can't seem to end the match. She gets so pissed off, in fact, that she grabs a chair and rocks Brooke with it right in front of the referee, causing a disqualification win for Dana Brooke. Sasha throws on the chair and leaves the ring. Very angry, clearly.
Yes. Clearly very angry. Holy crap. Sasha, holy crap.
Yeah. Sasha getting a little frustrated that she can't seem to get a win, or she can't seem to put her opponents away after that loss to Bayley.
Yeah. Holy crap, yeah. Understandable.
So, next up, we have a video package, and it's Humberto Carillo is sitting in a film room watching some of his old matches. The one in particular he seems to be stuck on is his first match on SmackDown after WrestleMania against Samoa Joe, where he lost his U.S. title. Then, the clip of him attacking Maverick last week shows up on the screen, and he says, "Maverick, it was nothing personal. You just happened to be at the wrong place at the wrong time when everything reached a boiling point. I'm done being the smiley face everyone sees me as. To be on top in this company, you need to be merciless, ruthless, and cutthroat. So I've decided to move on from that old Mr. Smiley and get serious. I'm coming for you, SmackDown.
Mr. Serious.
I'm coming for you, SmackDown. Be ready for the new Humberto Carillo."
Yeah, man. Is he going to cut off
Get a
his
chain
dimples?
wrapped up with a nice tidy bow.
There we go, baby. Mr. Smiley to Mr. Serious, Humberto Carillo. Is he gonna just cut off his dimples or something, or
he's just gonna frown all the time. He's just gonna be like,
Wow, how dare he? Okay, perfect. I like it. I like it. Nice little gimmick change. Yeah, I like it.
Thank you. After that video package, we have a match between Candice LeRae and Billie Kay, in which Candice LeRae picks up the victory.
Okay, very, very simple.
Easy peasy. Yep, easy peasy. 1 second. Okay. After that, we have a backstage interview with the Street Profits about their loss last week against the tag team champions. Ford speaks up. We're pissed off, not because we can't take an L, because that's how we improve, but because One Nation got sneaky. We could have had a clean match, but they weren't interested in that. I think I know why, too. They're scared of us. They can't handle the smoke, and they know it, so they have to cheat to win. Dawkins chimes in and says, when we get another shot at them, we're not going to let it slip through our fingers. So One Nation, be ready for the Profits.
Ooh, I like it. I like that a lot. I like that a lot coming out of the Street Profits. Not backing down from that fight.
I'm excited. This is the feud I've been most excited for recently is the Street Profits versus One Nation. Because I think it could be dope. It's gonna be like one of those like low key banger feuds, you know?
Yes, I agree. I can agree to that. I can agree to that one wholeheartedly. I'm excited.
Like it's a feud that no one expects to be awesome, but then it ends up being awesome.
Yes, I would agree to that completely.
After that segment, that backstage interview, we have our main event match. We only have 4 matches tonight.
Oh, okay.
Our main event match, which is Undisputed Era versus Birch and Lorcan, in which Undisputed Era take home the victory.
Oh, Undisputed Era. Era being whom?
O'Reilly and Fish.
O'Reilly and Fish. Are Strong and Cole there?
They're ringside.
Okay.
Oh, and Ruby too.
Oh, yes. Sorry, and Ruby as well. I keep forgetting that you joined.
Yeah. Okay. And next up, we have a segment to finish off SmackDown, which is Randy Orton storming through that backstage area, like really frantically searching for Finn Balor. He's grabbing people, asking where Finn Balor is, and he finally finds him and looks at Finn and he grabs him by the shirt collar, pulls him, and he says, "Go take him out. I don't care what you have to do." And Finn nods and heads through the back and starts looking. Then suddenly, Orton eats a Claymore kick to the face, and Drew McIntyre leans over and says, "I appreciate you leading me right to him." And then Drew McIntyre begins to run after the demon. And that's how SmackDown comes to a close.
Oh, shit. Oh, dang. Okay. So we got Drewy Max perfect job, Hunter. Not even having to like pull a sweat, just follow Randy Orton because Randy Orton will find Balor. Wow.
Yeah, just stalk Orton because you know he's going to be looking. Intelligent
move out of McIntyre. Oh man, very nice job. Babyface Mac. Baby Mac, is that something? Mac Jr.?
Yeah. Drewy Max, the Hunter, is now, which is weird to say, but the Hunter, Drew McIntyre, is a babyface. A face right now.
He's hunting a demon, so I'm pretty sure that's Van Helsing was a good guy. I like it. I think it was a strong card. I think, I really like what's happening with McIntyre, Finn Balor, and Orton. Because that has, I can see like the Extreme Rules match and then the SummerSlam match. Like you made fun of me for coming up with SummerSlam ideas, but I feel like you got SummerSlam ideas as well. Who's gonna finally take down Randy Orton, his incredibly long reign? I like this a lot. I like it a lot. You had some good stuff in there with Humberto Carillo, his gimmick turn, his heel turn, his change of character. I was trying to think about like what defines a gimmick change versus just like a heel turn. The thing I came up with, like a heel turn is like you're kind of maybe the same character. Potentially, you could still be the same character, like the Hunter, Drew McIntyre, same guy, but now he's a babyface, right? Whereas like a gimmick change could be like, I guess sort of One Nation existing would be a gimmick change. Now that I think about it, does that make sense?
Yeah, I got you.
Yeah, I was just sort of.
It's not a change. It's a change of personality, not a change of alignment.
Correct. I think that's a good way to put it. Okay, yeah, I liked your card, Mikey. I liked your card. Are you ready to hear my Monday Night Raw card? Oh, first off, before we do that,
okay,
I gotta hit the randomizer on you. You did lose that poll. That is why you read first.
No, I almost forgot about that. I haven't gotten the randomizer in a minute.
How dare you keep bringing this up? It's time to hit the randomizer on you. If you don't know, folks, each and every week at the end of every episode that comes out, you can go to our Twitter page at HitTheBooksPod, and there is a poll there attached to usually the pinned tweet. You can vote in the poll to say whose card was better. Was it Raw? Was it SmackDown? And in that poll, whoever loses will get the randomizer hitting on. The randomizer is a list of things here, a list of 46 things here in front of us. And Mikey will have to be forced to do one thing to his card. Anything negative will affect him. Anything good will affect me. So
Sounds about right.
These are the stakes. So, Mikey, I hit the randomizer on you.
Oh, no.
Card subject to change.
No.
Replace an entire match.
Oh, no.
So you have to drop an entire match and replace it with something else completely different.
Oh, okay. I think I could do this.
Yes, I will not choose. You can choose. But yes, take your time to think about it, and I will get into Monday Night Raw's card so that I can read it off for you as you think about what you're doing. So we are opening up Monday Night Raw with, of course, the big dog, Roman Reigns. This is his yard after all. Roman says he's just out here for answers. Bray Wyatt, show yourself. He's getting right to the point. He wants it. Firefly Funhouse intro plays. Corporate Bray Wyatt appears on the screen and tells Roman that I warned you. You made him very upset. And no, I'm not talking about the boss. I'm talking about him. You see, in this corporate world, if someone does a bad job, that someone gets dismissed, discharged, fired. And the thing is, Roman, I have done nothing wrong. The boss likes me, but you, the boss hates you, but he can't fire you. So he's in this weird pickle of a situation. He has two superstars he can't fire, but luckily for us, Roman, I have the greatest idea. Bray Wyatt then pulls out a plush dog, and it has like a Roman Reigns sort of collar, like he has like the vest or whatever. He then pulls out a gasoline canister, dumps it onto the plush dog, and lights it on fire. Mikey, reaction?
Wow, he's literally fired, huh?
Yes, at Extreme Rules, Roman, this will become your destiny when you are fired, when you face him in an Inferno match.
Whoa, what?
It's going to be tough, Roman, but don't worry. The severance pay is to die for. All you have to do is let him in. The lights go out, and the Fiend pops up holding a lit torch behind Roman Reigns. Roman Reigns sees this and escapes, leaving the Fiend with that lit torch in the middle of the ring laughing. That's right, and sets up our first announcement for Extreme Rules for any match on this card for both you and I. It will be Roman Reigns versus The Fiend in an Inferno match.
Wow, long time since the Inferno match has been used.
Yeah, I don't know. I can look it up real quick, but I don't know. I can't think of the last time an Inferno match was actually used.
The fact that the rules in an Inferno match are someone needs to be set on fire to win.
Yeah. It's
kind of wild for the era of WWE we're in.
There's been 4 Inferno matches in the history of...
Was it Kane, Undertaker, Undertaker, Kane, Kane, Undertaker, Undertaker, Kane?
You got the first 2 right. It was Undertaker Kane versus Undertaker Kane at Unforgiven in 1998, which I saw. It was on YouTube recently, so I watched it. Then it was Undertaker against Kane again, 1999 on Raw. Then it was an episode of Smackdown in 99 where it was Triple H versus Kane. And then they did not have another Inferno match until 2006, Mikey. Do you at all remember what this Inferno match was? Of course, it features either Undertaker or Kane versus someone completely random. Do you have any idea who this could be?
I think it's Kane. I feel like the Inferno match is Kane's domain.
Mm-hmm.
Kane versus somebody completely random in 2006?
Yes. On an episode of... No, it was on Armageddon 2006.
I have no idea.
It was Kane versus Montel Vontavious Porter, MVP.
Wow, never would have guessed that.
And
That's wild.
I should also say
So Kane has been in every Inferno match.
Correct. It is his domain.
Makes sense.
And I do want to say something, actually. Apparently, I did not realize that this was the case, but there was a fifth Inferno match that wasn't called an Inferno match. Instead, it was called a Ring of Fire match. And maybe I'm going to have to change the name of Inferno match to Ring of Fire. It was at SummerSlam. I believe this was 2013. Kane versus Bray Wyatt.
This I remember. Actually, I knew there was one recently, but I couldn't remember. I remember there was one recently.
Yes, it appears to have been 2013 potentially was this match. But yes, Kane versus Bray Wyatt was the last one, and now we're doing it yet again. Roman Reigns.
I think they changed the name
Fiend.
because I think they changed the name because it's different rules.
I don't know.
I don't think the rules were.
I'll look it up.
I think the rules of a Ring of Fire match is that they just need to
Get pinned.
it's like a regular match, but the ring is surrounded by fire. But in an Inferno match, you need to be set on fire.
Either way, I'm doing the one where you have to set the other person on fire because that's the entire premise of the gimmick that I've been doing for the past while.
It's not an Inferno match because one wrestler does not have to light the other on fire to win the match.
Okay. Then there we go. Then we are in fact doing an Inferno match on Extreme Rules. Someone's going to get fired, Mikey. Will it be Roman Reigns? That's right, baby. I walked into a corporate world pun by having an Inferno match. Did not plan on it, but there we go. Holy crap, I've done it. I'm a genius.
That's crazy.
Let's move into the first. That was only the opener, Mikey. Let's move into the first match, which was...
That was just the opening segment. Holy crap.
Yeah. You need a cigarette after that one. Moving into the first match, it is the War Raiders, Eric and Ivar, taking on LLC, Bobby Lashley and Cesaro, with Lana, of course, by their side, and LLC pick up the victory.
Also, it's not the War Raiders anymore, Ryan.
The Viking Raiders. I keep writing War Raiders. The Viking Raiders.
Because that was their coolest tag team name.
Viking Raiders versus LLC. Doesn't matter. LLC get the victory. So yeah, good for them. Another win on their last week they were sort of miming saying that they want to get the tag belt, so that's another victory. So they got maybe an argument to be had. Next up, I sort of cheated with this segment here, Mikey, and you will sort of see what I mean when I explain the segment. So the segment starts. It's Sheamus is coming down the ring in handcuffs with Detective Truth. And R-Truth, his music is playing. So Sheamus is no selling the "What's up" chants and whatnot. Just really not having it. They're coming down the ring, Mikey, because there's going to be a match between Sheamus and R-Truth.
It's not really fair because Sheamus is handcuffed, huh?
Yes. Before the match starts, Detective Truth asks Sheamus where he was the night Aleister Black was attacked, getting to his investigative spiel. Sheamus says he wasn't on Raw that night. He had the night off. Detective Truth asked Sheamus what he was doing on said night. Sheamus said he had personal business to attend to. Truth asked as serious as possible if Sheamus' personal business was figuring out how to clone himself into 4 different people to attack Aleister Black. This is Detective Truth's lead story, lead theory. Sheamus responds, calling Truth.
Incredible.
Sheamus responds, calling Truth insanely delusional. Truth gets in Sheamus's face, demanding the truth, chanting "Truth" over and over again. Sheamus headbutts R-Truth into the head. Obviously, that's what a headbutt is. Sheamus signals. Sheamus signals the referee, and then the match begins. After one brogue kick, Sheamus pins R-Truth and wins.
This is all while handcuffed?
Yes, this is all while handcuffed.
Incredible.
Sheamus goes into Truth's coat, pulls out keys to the handcuffs, and unclicks himself.
How does he... What? How? Wait.
He's handcuffed in the front.
Oh, boo. That's boring.
Well, we're doing the bit. We're doing a bit here.
I would have loved to see, escapist magic Sheamus.
That's fair. Suddenly, John Morrison jumps Sheamus from behind with a steel chair. Morrison then handcuffs Sheamus to the ropes. Sheamus now handcuffed twice in a row, and grabs a second chair. Morrison hits Sheamus with the chair and a leg several times.
What happened? Was the first chair not good enough?
Well, and then goes to concerto Sheamus's leg.
No!
Trap his leg and hit it with another chair. That's why he got the second chair. But who makes the save? None other than The Miz with his own chair. Miz unhandcuffs Sheamus from the rope. So many chairs. Miz unhandcuffs Sheamus. Sheamus refuses the help to get up and leaves. A match announced later in the night for next week. It will be Sheamus and The Miz taking on John Morrison and a partner of his choice.
Neat.
Yeah, so I sort of cheated by throwing in another match, but I felt like since it was literally less than 30 seconds long, I felt like it was fine to have it as a segment.
Yeah, that's fair.
Next up, we got a singles match. Shayna Baszler taking on Carmella. Shayna Baszler, of course, the Women's Money in the Bank current holder. Shayna Baszler gets the win.
Neat.
It's just a simple match there. Next up, we got a video package that just reminds everybody about Dave Mastiff's debut last week, attacking and breaking down all of New Day.
The big, large boy, baby.
Massive boy, if you will. So Dave Mastiff's debut, which leads into Mastiff's debut match on the main roster. It's Dave Mastiff, or I should just cut him down to Mastiff. We're cutting out Dave here. He's just Mastiff.
Ooh.
Welcome to the main roster. You have two names, one's gone.
You cut one.
Mastiff with, of course, Rollins and Murphy in his corner versus Big E with Woods and Kingston in his corner.
Look at all that beef.
Yeah, give me that beef. Give me that beef. Oh yeah, baby.
They're so big.
Look
at these two mountains of men smacking beef in the ring.
Look at those ham hocks.
Better than this.
Look at those ham
hocks. Go get me a beef wrap.
Don't eat my steak until I'm finished with mine.
Who sneezed?
Speaking of beef, LLC, Bobby Lashley, and Cesaro watching this match backstage, where Mastiff gets the victory over Big E.
Whoa, big win for Mastiff.
Yes, big old win over Big E. So welcome to the main roster.
Big old win over a big old boy.
Exactly. Next up, we got after the match, we cut back to the backstage area with an interview with LLC. Lana tells Charlie Caruso that they're after something much better than cash, gold. And what's even better is that they will get cash for winning the gold. It's a win-win for us all, Charlie.
Champion's purse, baby.
Champion's purse. Here's the thing, Charlie. When the New Day are done playing their little games, we are taking those Raw Tag Team Championships. And if we don't get the win, then, well, everybody's got a price. Then they leave. Someone else
What are they going to buy it off of? What are they going to buy the titles off of New Day?
Maybe. They leave.
Okay, New Day. $1,000. What do you say?
2,000. 3,000, right? 4,000. After that, Detective Truth comes up after the fact with a magnifying glass, repeating the phrase, "Everybody's got a price." Mikey.
I love Detective Truth.
I know you do. Next up, we have a singles match for the Raw Women's Championship for the title. Alexa Bliss with, of course, Nia Jax against Natalya.
Okay.
And, of course, Alexa Bliss gets the win. Her first actual title defense since April. She finally defends it and wins it or defends it successfully against Natalya. After the match, Bliss and Jax say that they are looking to add more titles around their waist and want the tag team titles, so they drop the challenge to Morgan and Ripley for the tag team titles at Extreme Rules.
Oh, shit.
We'll find out, I guess, next week if they accept.
Neat.
Next up, we got another segment. It's the R-Truth Detective segment. Of course, it's in black and white. You know it, baby. Truth is back at his corkboard, rummaging through pictures, repeating the phrase, "Everybody's got a price," until he stumbles upon a certain picture. Smash cut to a Zoom call with Detective Truth and none other than the $1 Million Man, Ted DiBiase.
What?
Truth begins interrogating him, asking like where he was in the night Black was attacked, what's his motivation, and who's his money man. DiBiase says he's his own money man, the $1 Million Man to be in fact.
Does he have the $1 million championship around his shoulder?
Of course. Truth tells Ted that this is too confusing and that Truth has to loop in his own money man. Erwin R. Shyster, IRS, comes on the screen. Ted DiBiase asks why he is helping out R-Truth. IRS says that he's gotten to some rough times lately, but weirdly, this guy, pointing to R-Truth, has a lot of money. Ted DiBiase responds saying he completely understands, and then they both laugh. Eventually, Ted DiBiase tells Truth that he did not attack Black, obviously, since he's cannot move that quickly. However, if it was a hit like it sounds like, maybe the question isn't who attacked Aleister Black, but who hired those goons to attack Aleister Black. Truth hangs up the call and starts thinking.
This is an incredible series of events where I feel like we're going to get a lot of cameos. And I'm incredibly excited for more Detective Truth segments.
My thought here was you got to talk to the money guy, and I was like, who would Truth talk to for about money people? And I was like, well, he's got to talk to the $1 Million Man, Ted DiBiase.
Man, $1 Million Man. Can I just say,
if someone's been hired, who has the money to do the hiring? Ted DiBiase.
Can I just say, you won last week, and I think that was the first week you introduced R-Truth, Detective R-Truth as like a big segment, and that's when you won.
Yep.
I'm attributing your wins to Detective Truth.
That's what do you think I meant when I said that I'm gonna have a hot streak of shows coming up?
Raw is no longer Monday Night Raw. It is now a sitcom with wrestling commercials. It is now a sitcom called Hard Truth with wrestling commercials.
Yes, Raw is war, more like Raw is truth. That does bring us into the main event, which is Keith Lee versus King Corbin, with AJ Styles on commentary. Of course, last week there was sort of a lot of stuff going down between Keith Lee, AJ Styles, and Brock Lesnar. Keith Lee gets the win during this match, defeating King Corbin. After the match, Styles goes down to beat up Keith Lee. Styles stands tall to close out the show.
All right.
That is the end of Monday Night Raw. Mikey, thoughts? Or maybe we should do this. Thoughts also open to booking questions. Maybe, you know what I mean? Maybe we should start asking, no, if you have any. But if you had any booking questions or whatever, go for it.
Monday nights are the truth.
Yes. Chock full of truth, baby.
The Detective Truth segments are so funny. I think they're great. They add such a good bit of comedy, and R-Truth is the perfect person to do it. I love I hope these random cameos continue where he just gets a clue and he just immediately pegs it to like some random old like WWE legend or something.
I mean, don't forget that the reason he
Like
arrested, quote unquote, he is not a cop. The reason he arrested Sheamus was because he saw a cross hanging from the rear view mirror of the van.
I'm just waiting for he sees like a 2x4 that was like in the parking lot because they were doing construction or something, and he like has a Zoom call with Hacksaw Jim Duggan.
The entire phone call is just just Hacksaw doing
that.
Oh my god. Yeah, I got those are my two true segments. I have at least what is it? 3 more before I have 3 more before the pay-per-view. Maybe we'll get some sort of reveal at the pay-per-view. Maybe, who knows? But someone's on the case, and that person is the Truth.
Detective Truth.
Any other thoughts or questions about Raw, Mikey?
I don't have any. I think Raw was great. I liked it a lot. My comment was that R-Truth is great, and is going to continue to be great, and that's it. I think everything else was great.
Perfect. There it is, folks. Before we go, Mikey, let's head back over to Friday nights. Head over into SmackDown. You were forced to replace an entire match because of the randomizer, because you lost last week. Have you made a decision on that front?
Yes. My new match is going to be Bayley versus Mandy Rose in a non-title match, in which Bayley gets the victory.
Which match is that replacing?
It is replacing Candice LeRae versus Dana Brooke.
Okay. So instead of Candice LeRae versus Billie Kay, it is now Bayley versus Mandy Rose.
I mean, yeah, Billie Kay, not Dana Brooke.
Yes, sorry. Bayley versus Mandy Rose. Who gets the win here?
Bayley.
Bayley gets the win? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, very nice, Bayley. Very nice. Is that an improvement? Maybe. We haven't seen Mandy Rose in a while, have we? I don't remember the last time we had Mandy Rose on the show.
No, it's been a minute.
It might have been since the tournament, actually.
Yeah, it's been a minute since we've seen Mandy Rose.
Yeah, so nice pop up of Mandy Rose. So maybe a little slight improvement. I think that's a slight improvement on the card, maybe. Yeah, okay, I like it.
I guess we'll see.
I guess we'll find out. We'll find out by the audience voting. So, of course, audience, after listening to both of these cards, you can head on over to Twitter at HitTheBooksPod. There you can vote on which match you thought, well, not match, but which card you thought was better. Was it SmackDown, with the main event being Undisputed Era versus Birch and Lorcan, or was it Raw, with the main event being Keith Lee versus King Corbin? Vote right now for the next day and a half.
Vote now on your phones.
Vote now on your phones. Hit 1 for more options. You can go vote. The poll will be there. Whoever loses will get the randomizer done on them next week. The power is in your hands. The power is in the people, as John Laurinaitis once said.
Power in the people.
So thank you, everybody, for listening to this week's episode.
Every week is Cyber Sunday for us here.
Every week. Every week is Cyber Sunday. It's like, weirdly, they have like the power of like the audience.
Cyber
is like,
Sunday would be the perfect pay-per-view to bring back now.
Agreed.
I don't know why they haven't yet.
Agreed. 100% agreed. I don't know why they also have not done that. I don't see any reason why they shouldn't do that.
Cyber Sunday is the absolute perfect pay-per-view for this generation.
Yes, I'm really surprised
they need to bring it back.
I wonder if Cyber Sunday was like hard to produce. Like, did they have? I don't know. I don't know. I guess my question is, how accurate was Cyber Sunday to begin with, in terms of the results?
WWE, bring back Cyber Sunday.
Yes, I'm telling you, we're gonna start the petitioning now. Let's get that.
Bring it back. Bring back Cyber Sunday. Replace, I don't know, like Stomping Grounds or Great Balls of Fire or some shit.
Yeah, why are you trying to make up new IPs? Just do Cyber Sunday. It's social media.
Cyber Sunday.
Do you think it's because they just don't understand how social media works?
Vince McMahon is in charge of telling people to know how social media works, to be social media.
Oh, you think WWE, like they hired some person? No, Vince McMahon's running the WWE social media account, obviously.
No way.
Of course.
If he was, the WWE Twitter account would just be like, someone bring me a beef wrap.
Well, then you're not wrong.
It's just a string of people who were fired.
Oh my God. Well, yeah. Besides bringing back Cyber Sunday with the hashtag, of
Bring
course.
back Cyber Sunday.
Taking back Cyber Sunday. That's our hashtag. Hashtag taking back Cyber Sunday. Tweet out about it at WWE. Do it.
I guess that's what we're going with now.
Yeah, hashtag taking back Cyber Sunday.
All right, if you're a listener to this if you're a fan of this podcast, go on Twitter, make a Twitter if you don't have one, and tweet at WWE to bring back Cyber Sunday with the hashtag taking back Cyber Sunday.
It's the perfect tweet. I mean, don't get me wrong. It's the perfect tweet.
Can we? Hold on.
Hold on. What's up?
Oh, don't worry about it. Keep going.
Okay, well, I'll close up the show while you do whatever you're doing. Thank you, everybody, for listening to this week's episode of Hit the Books. We love you all so much for staying with us each and every week. Of course, to get that fancy book in action. That if you don't like watching Monday Night Raw or Friday Night SmackDown, you can head on over here every Friday to get your own little quick highlights of our own version of Raw and SmackDown. The hard truth, that is. So thank you, everybody, for voting to that. Of course, you can go to Twitter at HitTheBooksPod in that pinned tweet following this episode's release and a little bit the Saturday afterwards. You can vote in the poll there. You can vote for Raw or SmackDown. Loser will get the randomizer done on them next week. And of course, follow us on Twitter while you're there. Why not just follow us on Twitter? You can make sure the stuff is there when you right on top of it with all of our thoughts and feelings about what's happening on Twitter. Mikey, you look slightly smug. Or what happened?
Don't worry about it.
Okay, I'm looking at our Twitter right now. And you have tweeted from the Hitbooks account, hey, at WWE, bring back Cyber Sunday, hashtag taking back Cyber Sunday. So perfect.
I wanted to send it out with absolutely zero context first.
It's perfect. So if you've seen it, I hope the context now exists for you.
Yes. So, along the lines of Cyber Sunday, check out the rest of our cyber links. Anyway.
Bad.
Anyway, check out our YouTube channel where we have all of our 2K outcomes and all of our pay-per-view reviews and all of the video episodes, the video versions of our podcast episodes. Mm-hmm. And if you want a full rundown of everything we do here at Hit the Books, check out htvpod.com, where we will have literally everything we do from this podcast is on that website, including some new physical write-ups of the cards if you can't listen, or if you just need a quick refresher on what happened. We have full write-ups on every card that we've done.
Yeah, those I decided those write-ups will be coming out the week following the episode is released. So that you have the full week to listen to the show or whatever, and then the write-up will come out. So this Friday will be the released version of last week's episode, if that makes sense. And then this week's episode will be written up and released next week. So sort of be backtracked from there. So we have, so you can go listen to the full episode in that week prior, I guess would be the phrase. Yes, but you can go there. Of course, also on htppod.com. We have write-ups about championship histories, all the way dating back from SummerSlam 2018 when we had that first split. We also have, obviously, the rankings, which are updated every pay-per-view cycle. And presumably more stuff coming down the line. And, of course, subscribe to this podcast, subscribe to this RSS feed, where you get even more episodes. Like we said, Mikey's Into 500 is on a slight hiatus, especially on an editing, trying to figure out what is happening with all the past episodes, sort of hiatus. But also, not on hiatus, is Wrestling of Statistics, which is a show where each and every week we go in depth of the stats and analytics of certain matches from the previous week of professional wrestling. So you can check that out. It's with me and Craig Leask from Pro Wrestling Musings on Twitter and on the internet, I guess. So go highly recommend checking out that show. And I'm thinking about doing another show, Mikey. But I don't know what to do. I've been thinking a lot about, I wanted to, we said several weeks ago that we wanted to, or I wanted to, freshen up on my WCW thoughts. So I'm like considering doing like a retrospective of WW or WCW.
Good one. Retrospective.
Very nice. Very nice. That is not the title of the show.
I figured out the title for your show, right?
Okay, there we go.
I figured it out.
Okay. I'm
just that good.
I'm still in the thinking phase of stuff. So but just, I guess, get ready for potentially whenever that may come out or whatever. And also, we're always looking for new shows. So if you have an idea for a show or have a podcast yourself and want a bigger audience, you can always email us, hitthebookspod@gmail.com. You just go to our website and find our contact listing there. Anything else for Mikey for that extended long outro? Anything else for us?
I think that's about it. That wraps it up. I think we plugged all of our plugs.
Leave a review. I forgot to say that. Leave a review. We'd appreciate it.
Oh, right. On iTunes, leave a review. Only 5 stars or higher. Because we are still in the Tokyo Dome. We are trapped. I know I said I was on vacation, but it was just to throw them off my scent.
Mm-hmm.
They won't find us in here. We've taken up a new hiding spot, and now that we're in the Tokyo Dome, we need to be rated 6 stars. And if we get kicked out of here, then we always have wherever they did Revolution for another chance at a 6-star match.
Perfect. Well, then there we go. That is it for this week's episode of Hit the Books. Thank you, everybody, for listening to this week. We'll see you next week for all brand new episode, all brand new cards of Raw and SmackDown. We'll see you then next week. For Mikey, I'm Ryan. Have a good day, everybody. But without all of that, we've got 2 words for you.
Book it.